What is up, everybody? Quarantine here, bringing you my Walking Dead episode review, thoughts, and theories for the next season. And if you have yet to watch that episode, I highly suggest you pause the video and you go watch that episode right away, or as soon as possible, whenever you can, and come back to this video and post in the comments. I really like to see your theories and just your thoughts in general for the next season. And might I just add that it was one of the most, if not one of the best episodes in my opinion. I know a lot of people were very iffy about it, but in my opinion, I believe that it was probably one of the best episodes of Walking Dead, mainly just because of how much you actually got emotion you felt with those characters. Nearing the end, you honestly, at least in my opinion, me personally, I felt such great fear nearing the end. My heart went from 0 to 100 real quick. But in the beginning of the episode, just want to add right away, there are spoilers to this. So, like I said, if you have yet to see it, don't watch this video unless if you don't give a shit. But do not watch this video if you do not want to be spoiled, because there's gonna be massive spoilers coming ahead. But anyway, in the beginning of the episode, you see another survivor, not from Rick's group, but from some other survivor group, being chased by the Saviors. And the head of this little faction, I'd say, of the Saviors, it they never really says name. Either they did, and I just didn't catch on to it right away. I just missed it, but it's the same actor who plays Trevor in GTA, and they're chasing this guy. They finally catch up to him, and they just they tell him that basically he's gonna be used as an example of, and the guy is all confused, and they just want to be being the holy hell out of him, and it cuts to Rick, and he's about to leave Alexandria, and as he's about to leave, Gabriel's talking to him. He's like, well, Judith is going to be my first priority if shit hits the fan here, so I'm just telling you this is what I'm going to do in the case if they come here, and I'm going to do everything in my power to protect Judith. Overall, Gabriel's character, from when he first started to now, he just became such an amazing character. I would have never guessed in a million years that he would ever have turned out the way he did. And one of the other survivors in Alexandria asks before Rick and the rest of the survivors get inside the an RV. They have an RV. Right before they get inside the RV, they ask Rick. They're like, "Oh, well, what do you want us to do if the Saviors come here?" And they want a deal. And then Rick tells them, he tells that survivor, he's like, well, tell him to come look for me, I got a deal for him. Which basically, it tells you, some shit is gonna hit the fan later on within the episode. And they head out, and they bump into their very first roadblock by the Saviors, and you see the survivor that they captured, and they're not really doing anything to him. He's just laying in the middle of the road, and they just tell them, "Oh well, we can talk this out." Rick tells them that "Oh, we can talk this out. We can negotiate. It doesn't have to be like this." And Trevor, he basically tells them, "Well, yeah, we can't work this out. Give us half of your shit, and we're probably gonna have to take one of your men and kill them, considering all the men you took from us and killed." And then Rick he picks up his gun. He's like, "Yeah, it's not gonna work out like that." He's like, "How about you just give us half of your shit and we don't kill the rest of you?" And all the Saviors just look at each other and they laugh, because they know that, if you know from the comics too, you know that Rick and his group doesn't stand a chance in hell against the Saviors. At least first at the first time they ever met up with them. So they smirk it off, and then the Saviors don't even they don't really even attack. Trevor just looks and then he's like, "Well, there's more than one way to get to where you're going, so I'll just see you when you get to where you're going." And then Rick's like, "All right, I'll see you there." Like, just being like a complete smartass. And when he's about to get into the RV, Trevor tells him one more time, basically like, "Oh, you should be a lot kinder to the people inside that RV with you right now." And Rick just looks at him. He's like, "Because you don't know if it's gonna be the last time you're ever gonna be him. So just you should be very nice to those people and treat them well." And Rick was like, "Okay, yep, you do the same." And then the episode continues, and the whole time it's just them. It's Rick, Carl, Abraham, Sasha, Aaron, Eugene, and Maggie. They're trying to get to the hilltop because Maggie, I don't know if she had a miscarriage or what, but something happened to her, so they need to get to the hilltop. And as they try getting there, they bump into every single one of these roadblocks along the way, and it's like all different kinds. Like one of them was they bumped into almost like a chain of walkers. It was almost like a fence, like from tree. They had to go into the woods. They had to detour into the woods. It was like a chain of walkers from like tree to tree, all chained up. But then they realized, like, they looked at the walkers and they're like, "Oh my god, that's Michonne's hair." And they stapled a bit of Michonne's hair to one of the walkers. And then you looked at the other one. They're like, "Oh my god, it's Daryl." And you see Daryl's bow, like his bolts from his crossbow inside one of the walkers, and it's just like, "Oh shit, what the hell happened to them?" Like if you watch the the episode before that one, you know they got captured, and but like when you see that, it's just like, "Oh shit, they alright still? Are they dead?" It's like so like kind of like if you're like a Michonne or Daryl fan, kind of gets you a little bit spooked. Um, but they continue on, they continue forward, and then that survivor that they meet, they hit this one last roadblock, and this is when they say, "Oh, we're gonna make an example of you." The last roadblock was basically just a pile up of trees, and when they got to it was completely unpassable. And when they got into it, they turned around immediately, and the saviors threw the survivor that they captured off a bridge to hang. And like they all have the guns pointed at the guy, like ready to like shoot the chain off. Then Rick tells them, "Nope, save your ammo. He's not gonna do any good for us." And so basically, they just have to watch this guy die, like choke to death. And the saviors tell them to just be kind to the people again, like saying the same thing, just like taunting them. And then me personally, the best part to me was like you saw at the end, like they had to abandon their RV because to get to the hilltop, it was completely unpassable. Oh, excuse me, it was completely unpassable now by RV. So they left the RV behind. And they left Eugene to watch the RV. And right before they split, Eugene gave Rick some blueprints on how to make bullets, just in case if anything was to happen to Eugene. And Rick said, "Oh, I'm really appreciative, this and that." And they went their separate ways. Then this was like, to me, this was like the most freakiest part was at the end you heard a few of the saviors like in the woods. It's like the dead of night now. Now it's like, and then all of a sudden you just hear them. They're and you just hear like not hundreds, but it's like you hear like five more whistles all doing that. It's like, oh my god, like it's coming, and they push them right into this trap, and it's like 50, at least 50 to 75 saviors all waiting for them. They turn the lights on them, and then you see them all, and they tell them drop your guns, so they drop all their guns. All the survivors drop all their guns. They tell them, "All right, get on your knees," and they do as they say, because I mean there's really nothing left that they can do. They're screwed. They do anything, they're dead. And they get on their knees, then they tell him, all right, well, bring out the others. And then Glenn comes out, Daryl, everybody who was captured from the last episode, the one before the last episode, I should say, the one before the finale, they all come out as well. And then you finally get the very first impression of Negan. And oh my god, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, like, I was skeptical at first, I'm not gonna lie. I was like, but oh my god, he played the role perfectly. He comes out, he's just like he made a like a villain likable. To me, at least, he made the villain very likable. He came out and he had the bat around his like on his shoulder. He's just like, we pissed in our pants yet? Nah. Well, I sure as hell feel like we're close to. And then he just tells him, he meets Rick. He's like, oh, I'm Negan. I don't appreciate you killing my men. And by the way, when I sent my people to kill your people for killing my people, you killed more of my people. Not cool, not cool shit at all. And he basically tells Rick that he works for him now. He doesn't work for the Hilltop anymore, and that he wants half of his shit. And if that's too much, that he can go find, make, or steal more of it to survive. But either way, he's gonna get half of his shit, and if not, he's gonna keep taking the men from Rick's crew. And then the time comes, and he tells them that like this is like when like my heart went from 0 to 100. It's just like it was just oh my god, like he told them one of you has to be punished, but he couldn't decide who, so he went eeny meeny miny mo, just like in the comics. Now, if you know the comics, you know right off the bat it's Glenn. However, for the TV show, they decided it'd be nicer to leave us on a cliffhanger and waiting until October to see who got killed. They chose to do it from the POV style, and all you saw was the person, like their point of view, from getting the head bashed in by Lucille, which is basically a barbed wire baseball bat. And you just hear every thud, and like right before, like the last thing you ever get to see of that person, like their view was you see them, he or she gets the back cracked over their head, and then you just hear Negan. He's like, "Oh, look at that, taking it like a champ." He goes to town, and it's so gut wrenching and sick. It's like, and that's honestly the worst part is we do not know who it is. Personally, I believe it's Glenn, mainly just because of the audio clips that are coming out and AMC going like completely nuts to get rid of this audio clip. I can't really include the clip in my video, mainly just because of copyrights. I don't want to get my video taken down or flagged, considering I'm just starting my channel. But I will leave the link to another YouTuber's channel in the description below. But personally, I believe it's Glenn just because of that, like how bad AMC has taken down those audio clips right now. You just hear like all the survivors saying Glenn, no Glenn, and it's like if it's Glenn, I'm gonna feel bad, but I mean it's honestly the best way for Glenn to go right now. Like I mean it fits in with the comics, but also just because of how he was on a good luck streak, and now it's done. But I would really like to hear your guys' opinions and theories for the next season. I would actually really like to see on who you all think it is and why you think it's like that. Like I said, I will leave the the link in the description below to the other video with the audio clip. This is Quarantine. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to like and to subscribe for future content. I am out.